Welcome to today's Facebook and YouTube Live. Thank you everybody for being here. And as always, it's so fun to catch up every Wednesday. Hoping I have good connection today because we do have like a windstorm that is rolling through here in southern Utah. But I'm excited to see everybody. So do be sure to leave a comment where you are tuning in from. But I am just really excited to see everybody here. So thank you all for watching. Okay, so for our catch up today, we have just been busy with the kids. They are now officially, you guys, able to read chapter books, and that has been brand new for us as of late. Jessica is the first person I'm seeing over here on Facebook tuning in. Welcome. And we've got Christine TH says hello from Florida. Welcome. Betty's tuning in as well. And I'm just excited to see everybody, you guys. Sandy says, hi, Jamie. I'm from Baldwinsville, New York. Welcome. Jenny Hansen is from Mount Pleasant, Utah. We've got Amore Lagrange is tuning in. Hi, she's joining us from Facebook. And Sierra is tuning in from Ohio. Haley Hartley has just started watching as well. Welcome. And Jenna Hansen says it is snowing here. She is from Utah as well. Yeah, we usually don't get snow here in southern Utah, but we had snow today for a little while. So it is just super cold, but it is fun. Crystal says, hi, beautiful. Hello. And Ashley Miller Levitt is tuning in as well. Welcome, you guys. Linda Miller says, hi, hello. And Darlene Thompson is tuning in from Oregon. She said, we had a little snow yesterday. Yes, it's just been really windy as well. So we just had like a huge windstorm, thunderstorm pass through the last couple nights. So I did not sleep very well the last couple nights. So I am a little bit rusty today, I feel like, for today's live, but I do enjoy catching up with everybody. So we will catch up today. Jenna asked, did your kids' school get canceled? No, they're still in session. It wasn't like there's no snow like sticking on the ground for us. And so we really only cancel school if there's a big like snowstorm, just because we don't have enough like snow plows, I feel like, for the city. And so sometimes we'll just take a snow day, but that is so rare. Donna is tuning in from New Zealand. Hello. And Donna Butler just joined us as well. Welcome. Kristen Hayes says hello from Wyoming. Welcome. And Myra is from Illinois. And Lorraine just tuned in over on Facebook as well. Renee Cook is from Lafayette, Louisiana. And Mary Beth says, hello, my first live from Hubbard, Ohio. I'm so glad you're tuning in live. Christy is from Dallas. Welcome. And Lori just tuned in over on Facebook as well. Vicky's from Georgia. Hi, Vicky. Okay, Karen Hayes says, I'm from Sacramento. I really enjoy watching you and your family, but I wish I could see you more. Thank you. I appreciate that. I have just been busy working on the back end of just like work stuff, which is just not fun to show. So that's what I've been doing. So I have been sharing a little bit more pictures as of late of just our everyday life. I did snap some pictures of the kids today because the girls are really excited about their hairstyles they picked out and their outfits of the day. So I will be posting those probably tomorrow. So if you are watching from Facebook, I'll be sharing those there. If you're on YouTube, you can check out Facebook or my Instagram. It is jamie.scott over there. I do like sharing just kind of snippets. Usually at the bus stop is when the kids are like, I don't know, the most excited and fresh for the day, I guess. Um, Julie JN says, hi, Jamie, watching from the UK. It is freezing here. It is so cold today. So today's live, I'm like, just in case I'm freezing, I have my Minky Couture blanket. I love this. This is my favorite blanket. I sleep with it every single night. It's like stretchy. These are the Hugs ones. This isn't sponsored, but I'm just freezing today. So these are like stretchy. They're called the Hugs, and it's the monster size are my favorite. And if you ever buy one, just shoot me a text, but I think you can use my discount code. It's Jamie Scott 50. Um, I need to double check. So just shoot me a message if you're wanting to buy one of their blankets, and I'll make sure that that code is working and the right one. But I am just freezing today. And anyway, but we are doing well over here. Judy is tuning in from New Zealand. We've got people watching on YouTube from New Zealand and Facebook from New Zealand. So welcome. Pamela says 74 here in South Padre Island, Texas on the beach. Sorry. That, it was that warm like last week for us and it was lovely. I almost wore my shorts. So we're going from like one extreme to the next here with our weather. Somebody just asked what games do you like to play with the Quints? My kids have started playing like card games with their grandma Smith. She's taught them like some basic card games that they like to play. I think one of them might be trash. I don't know, but they really like that one. Logan really loves Monopoly. He doesn't quite understand how to play all of it, but he does like playing Monopoly. Any sort of board game that is for little kids, like Guess Who, Shoots and Ladders, those are kind of games that my kids like to play. Um, okay, so we're gonna dive on in here. So yeah, the Quints, if you missed it, are starting to read chapter books. And Violet, right now, I found her a little book at Deseret Industries, which is a thrift shop here in Southern Utah. I found an American Girl doll book called Kit, like Meet Kit or something. So Violet's learning about the time period during 1934 when this story takes place. So Violet's been asking a lot of questions about, Mom, what was the Great Depression? Tell me a little bit more about this. Tell me a little bit more about that. So it's been interesting. And I love American Girl doll books because they have actual pictures from that time period. And then they have illustrations. So, like every so many pages, there's like a big picture within the chapter book that Violet kind of works towards that keeps things exciting for her to read. And then they'll have like tiny little pictures throughout the storyline that keep your child interested in reading. So those have been really fun for her to read. Logan is really loving Flat Stanley chapter books. He found one of those and loved it. And just yesterday was like, Mom, are there more books? Because I want to read more about this Flat Stanley character. So we were looking on Amazon for those. My little grandma just tuned in. Hi, little grandma. Excited for you to spend time with my sister Kate today. We sure do love you. Kelly said, so glad I caught you live. Welcome. Glad you're here. And Kelly McAlpine just tuned in as well. Welcome. Hi. Okay, Laura North 5153 says, are all of the Quints able to read chapter books? Are they able to? Yes. Do they want to? No. Lincoln still is not quite sure about chapter books because they just don't hold his attention span as much. But if I started purchasing like Pokemon or Minecraft chapter books, I think Lincoln could totally get into it. And like Violet's American Girl doll book, like if there were little pictures and illustrations kind of interwoven throughout, it would keep his interest a little bit more. But yes, all of my kids can read chapter books now. Margaret says, hi from Litchfield, UK. Lovely to hear about the children enjoying their books. I hope that I have instilled in my children this love of learning and this love for reading. And I'm really starting to see it pay off here as my children are reading 20 minutes every single day at home. With being in the second grade at my children's school, they don't exactly have homework besides 20 minutes of reading a day. That is what all the teachers have said that they would like to see the children doing. So some do have like some math they can work on. Like Violet's teacher is a little bit more what would be the word? Like instilling in the kids like to get some math done a little bit extra and some reading of paragraphs and things, but for the most part we're just sticking with 20 minutes a day, which I think is a great habit in teaching children about reading. And it's also setting the tone for the rest of their years. I feel like in schooling, it's setting apart that 20 minutes a day to get your homework done because soon enough in the third grade, it's not just going to be reading, it's going to be the other things too. I did see a question come in. Are you still dating? Yes, I think I'm a little bit past the dating phase with Chad. He really is my best friend right now, and we talk every single day and we see each other just about every single day. So hopefully that answers your question. Um, Darlene Thompson asks, are you going back to the cabin anytime soon? I really hope so. The Quints love spending time at Grandma and Grandpa Smith's family cabin, and the snow up there is really fun. They love sledding, all of those things. This is a side note, but I injured my tailbone the last time we were sledding because I was using just like a really like cheap, cheap like snow sled. And so I feel like I finally my tailbone is healed, so I should probably start exercising again. But we haven't been back since. But we're hoping to get back there soon. Lisa says hi from the UK. Sorry, that went by so fast, but hello. Tiffany just tuned in as well. Mama Ruth said, say hello to little grandma. I will tell her right now because I think she is watching right now. Um, and then Funny Face says, I'm so glad you and Chad are still together. I was worried for a while there yet. We just took a break. He wanted to take a break from social media, and out of respect for him, we just didn't film anything for a while. And it was honestly just kind of nice to take that time off for a little bit. Let's see. We had another question come in. Jenna Hansen says the Magic Tree House are a good series to read too. I agree. Both Shaden and Landon really loved Magic Tree House series. And so we did collect those for a while there, and it really helped them get into reading. Molly says the Laura Ingalls Wilder books are wonderful. I agree. And especially with Little House on the Prairie, I think they're coming out with a remake. I really want my girls I wanna start reading those with my daughters because I think they'll really get excited about that series as well. Michelle says, "Hello from Missouri, welcome," and Brenda is tuning in as well. Okay, let's see. Okay, so let's dive in. We started talking about chapter books, what my kids are reading. Oh, if you guys have suggestions about chapter books, series, or things, for like second graders that my kids could read, do be sure to leave them in the comments. I know you ladies love and enjoy reading as well. Because I would love to expand our library for my kids. And I've been rotating out like all of the books that are more for like toddlers to encourage my children to read more like age appropriate books so that and somebody just sent me 50 stars. That's so kind. Thank you. So that my kids are reading more at grade level. Jack and Jill books, if they're still around, I will have to look into those. I think it was Robin that just mentioned those. Jacqueline Wilson books. I don't know. Okay, that one came in too fast. I'll have to go back and read that, but you can re-comment that and I'll see if I can read it as you guys are commenting right now. Darlene says, when I was about 12, I started reading Nancy Drew books. Maybe the girls eventually will like those books. My mom had saved some of her Nancy Drew books from when I was a kid. I want to say I started reading them in the 3rd grade, but I loved them because it made me wanna keep turning the pages to find out what happens next. So yes, keep sending in the book recommendations because 'cause I'm gonna go through these, and with the Quints' birthdays coming up, I really wanna add to our collection of books, so that's probably what they'll be getting for their birthdays. But in the book just today, I was reading with Violet her American Girl doll Meet Kit book. It was referencing Nancy Drew books, so I think Violet might be interested in those. Catherine, she says, "Hi, Kathy from Nova Scotia, welcome." Trish Kelly says, "New book out for the kids from Jinger and Jeremy's Vualo called You Always Belong. Sounds like a good one." Okay, I'll have to check that one out. Somebody just said, "Magic Treehouse books." Yes. Babysitters Club books. Absolutely. That was from Sandy. I loved reading Babysitters Club books, and I started reading those in the 5th grade, and it was really inspiring. And my friend group and my sister and I, we started like a babysitting club. And so all inspired because we were reading those books. So I love how reading inspires ideas for children as well. Hello, Jamie, tuning in from Boca, Florida. Welcome. And Kathy just tuned in as well. I'm retired 1st grade teacher, and my students, oh shoot, that one came in too fast for me. My kids like reading Dog Man. Somebody just said over on Facebook. I think my boys have noticed that series. Also David Williams books, I think is what somebody just said though there over on Facebook. My kids love Magic Treehouse books as well as what Tina just said. And Peggy is tuning in from Minnesota. Welcome. And Tiffany says, my kids like Dog Man. Yes, there's like Captain Underpants, Dog Man, Diary of a Wimpy Kid. These were some of the books that my older boys enjoyed reading. Um, so yeah, I just really want to build a strong collection of books for my kids that they can read over the next few years that will get them excited about reading. Colette says, hello from Liverpool. Maybe the Roald Dahl books for the future. Remind me again what he wrote. Did he write Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? I just barely watched a movie about him, but I'm extra tired today, so I can't recall what books he has specifically written. Shira says Encyclopedia Brown books will hold their interest. If you guys have specific books, write those down in the comments too so I can go back. Lisa says Julia Donaldson books. Peggy Weber just tuned in. Hi, Peggy. Glad you're here. Okay, so we were just talking about chapter books. If you have recommendations, do write them down. And I love thrifting for books. I feel like you can really build a collection on a budget when you are shopping at your local thrift shop. For us, it's Deseret Industries. It's run by Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, but they also have a couple of other thrift shops here in Southern Utah. I think one is run by the Catholic. Maybe it's called the Hope Chest. I can't remember. If you're from Southern Utah, write them in the comments because I really do want to build more books now that the kids are getting older. Lisa Jordan is tuning in as well. Jenna Hansen asks, what is your Facebook called? So if you want to tune in over on Facebook, it is Jamie Scott Quintessentials. Ordinary People Change the World series of books. Okay, I'm gonna have to look into those because I haven't heard of those before. Um, and then Margaret Harrison says the children will soon be writing their own stories soon. They have such great imaginations. I am seeing that now as my girls are getting so crafty. They are writing their own stories, creating their own little books, and it's so fun to see them have their imagination and get together with friends and create these stories. Daisy's probably my little writer. And then Lily also likes to write like what she doesn't like about school. I find little notes like that as of late. But it is fun when we find things that our children are interested in that keeps them passionate and excited about learning and reading. Some Ron rolled. I'm so tired today, you guys. Books. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Yes, Matilda. My kids love Matilda. I love like the original Matilda movie. But they have come out with a newer version of Matilda, which is a musical. My kids love that one too. The Witches. I loved that movie. It creeped me out as a kid to see it, but it is really, really well done. And Danny, the Champion of the World. Okay, never read that one. Catherine says it should have said the Magic School Bus series. My kids love Magic School Bus, at least the cartoon, especially when they were younger. They really loved watching those, and I loved them as well as a kid. So some of the things my kids are learning right now in school, besides reading, they're learning about mathematics. They are learning about I think they've started learning about money, right? Like dollars and cents and all of that stuff. So they are just learning so much right now. So big hats off to the teachers because they are teaching my kids so many great things. Ponies of the Sorry, I just that one came in so fast. So I need to look back at some of these other book recommendations you guys are telling me. Carolina says I liked reading the Goosebumps books. I loved those as a kid. They were just starting to come out with Goosebumps chapter books, as well as producing like the short little TV series, like that would match with some of these stories. And my friends and I would get so excited when these would come out and we would talk about them. So I think those are definitely worth collecting. Um, and over the years, I have had so many amazing women that have and men that have sent my kids books, and we still have all of those. I even had a gal send me the Bobbsey twins chapter books, an entire series she had collected from her own childhood. I think she had said it was from her own babysitting money. So I still have all of those. Those are thicker chapter books that I'm going to be setting aside as my kids get older, but I love that we have all of these collections of books. I also had a lady from the UK back when the kids were maybe 2 or 3 years old that had sent me an entire collection of what was it? I think it was the Beatrix Potter series. Is that correct? That was a long time ago with Peter Rabbit. My kids love those, and we pull those out just about every springtime. Tina says Jess West is good. Anna Mary Martin just tuned in over on Facebook. Welcome. Trixie Belton books is what Darlene said is a good one. And Shira says, look up the Zoe and Sassafras series. They are science inquiry mystery books. I think Logan would really get into those. He has this little boy. Some days I'm just like, Dude, just get your bum out the door and get to school. He is just so inquisitive, so curious. He's always thinking. He's always like trying to fix things. And he's just a very intelligent child. He's a little bit above grade level with some of the things that he understands. So those would definitely be books that he would be interested in. Okay. As far as growth, I am seeing huge growth spurts. Boxcar Children, Suzanne just said, I loved those as a kid. Yes, I want to start collecting those as well. So, as far as like growth spurts, I've been talking about this for a while, but Daisy right now and Lily are going through a huge growth spurt. And it is official. Daisy, Lily, and Violet are officially different sizes when it comes to shoes, when it comes to t shirts, when it comes to jeans. So, as of this week, I now have a designated section for Violet's clothing, for Daisy's clothing, like pants and dresses. And so Daisy and Lily are a little bit closer in their sizing, but Violet is still just like this itty bitty teeny tiny gal. And so that was kind of a little spat my girls had this morning is I had bought a brand new pair of pants in a size 8 for the 2 girls, and Vivi was so excited, she was wearing them, but then the girls were like, "We don't have pants that fit." So I had to explain to Violet, like, "Yes, you will be getting your own pairs of pants on occasion too, but this bigger size is for your sisters having the growth spurt right now." So that has been fun to see them get excited about picking out their own outfits every day, which is why I'm taking pictures now. They're really proud of that, putting together outfits. But they're just all different sizes, so I'm having to return some of the shoes I bought from Amazon because they're all different sizes now. They're not, like, consistently exactly the same, which, it's fun to see. It's fun to see. Okay, Laura says, "I remember when you would read stacks of books to the Quints when they were babies." Yes, like, anytime I can curl up with my child and just let them read to me now, or they read to each other, or I read to them, that is just precious time for me. So I do love it, and I feel like that's where I'm seeing it pay off is when they were younger, I read to them so much, and I really wanted to expand their vocabulary, help them communicate better, and I see that now as they are getting older, and I'm so grateful for all of that time put in into teaching my kids about the world around them. Sherilyn is tuning in from Sydney, Australia. Welcome. Glad you're here. And Debbie just tuned in over on Facebook as well. Okay, so we talked about growth spurts. We talked about things the kids are learning. We've talked about chapter books. Let's answer just a few questions that came in. Happy Jenny asked over on Instagram, "Do you have any vacation plans this year?" The one thing I really want to do with my kids again is just go to the cabin. They are so content and so happy with being outside, with exploring out in nature. So yes, definitely the cabin. We went up to, was it Panguitch Lake last summer? And that was really fun. We rented a little plantoon fishing boat, I think is what it was called. And my kids loved fishing. So that's kind of transitioning, like their new favorite thing is fishing. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. I also want to get my kids out and do more of like staycations this summer. But they have built or redone some of the parks here in southern Utah. So in the surrounding areas of St. George, we have Ivins, Utah, we have Santa Clara, um, we have Green Valley. They've just been building a lot of parks and redoing some of the parks, and so I wanna take my kids to some of those. I think there was one that was rebuilt either in Santa Clara or Ivan, so I'm hoping to do, more outings like that and go to, like, more farmers markets out in our community. Second question is from Nature Nut Photos. She asks, "Any plans for a family pet of any kind sometime soon?" My kids and I have talked about this. So here's our predicament. We've got two of my kids that are allergic to dogs. I would love to have a dog, but Landon is really allergic to dogs, and so is Violet. So a dog is out of the picture for our family. A cat, I would love a cat, but I'm allergic to cats. My sister just adopted two cats from the local pet shop. And or not pet, sorry, local pet shop from the local pet what is it called? Animal rescue. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm super tired today. And I love those cats. They are so sweet, but it wouldn't work for us because I'm super allergic to cats and I don't want a hairless cat. So we've talked about getting chickens again one day. I love having chickens, but the cost to feed, it almost costs more now to have chickens with the cost of chickens, like the housing for them, and then like food costs than it would to just buy them at the grocery store. So it's kind of a toss up, but I love having fresh eggs. And when we moved, we actually gave my chickens to my parents. So we still get to collect eggs from them. And they're so sweet and they're still super friendly with my kids. So we do love having chickens. And my girls have asked if we could get rabbits again. I loved having rabbits, and my cousin actually took our two rabbits. So she still has them, and her kids absolutely love them. And I love the breeder out of Idaho that we got them from because they were just the sweetest, most docile, sweet, kind natured little rabbits. And my girls just love them. So those seem to be like good fits for our family. Um, okay, let me read some of the comments that have come in. Um, Kathy's from Long Island. Hi. She says, love watching your blogs on YouTube. Thank you. And Melanie Griffin just tuned in. She said, Rigby books by Beverly Cleary. I used to read Beverly Cleary books and I really liked them. Was she the one that wrote Ramona and Beezus? Is that the one? I think so. Maybe I'm wrong. Um, okay, let's see. Darlene Thompson asked, do you still have a P.O. box that we could mail you things? I don't have a PO box anymore. If you wanted to, you could send me a direct message over on Instagram or Facebook. And I can give you an address to send it to. But yeah, I closed it out. I want to say, was it like almost a year ago? So there's been a few people that have reached out and I've just given them an address. So if you're interested in that, you're more than welcome to do that. Okay. Let's see. So I answered that question. Marty says, I'm late, but I finally caught a live video. You look great. Thank you. I just barely did my hair for the day because I have just been working on finishing up my taxes, which, if anybody's looking for a CPA, the tax company in Southern Utah was amazing to work with. And they got my taxes done like so fast, which was amazing. Julie is from Oldham. Am I reading that right? Oldham. And I have a timer going off on my phone. And Jacqueline is tuning in from Australia. Welcome. Okay, last question is from Caitlin HM93, and she asks, will the kids start fall classes like dance or soccer for 2026? I am really hoping to get the girls back into dance. Um, Daisy and Lily, especially Lily, have this love for the arts and this love for dance. And they have been asking, and that has been something that I have been setting aside some money so that they can do that. So I'm really excited for them. Yes. So probably come fall, they will be re-signed up for that. We did take a couple years off and it was nice to just have simplicity. Diana Bridge asked, what kind of furniture have you been flipping recently? It is that time of year where people are cleaning out their houses, getting rid of furniture, and it is a great time to go thrifting and to flip furniture. I haven't flipped anything as of late. I think the last time I did was, oh, what was it? 6 months ago, maybe a year ago. And I kind of go through spurts in the spring and in the fall when I like furniture flipping sometimes. I am thinking about getting over, I guess if you're on YouTube, you'll be able to see where I'm pointing right here a little bit better. But I kind of have this blank space next to my bed that I want to get a nightstand. And so I was talking with little grandma because she's been doing spring cleaning. And I don't know that I'm going to flip it, but I may or may not paint it. But I really love the color that this nightstand is that she doesn't that she's asked, does anybody want it? I'm like, yes, I would love that. So I don't know that I'm going to be flipping any furniture as of late, but it is a great time to flip furniture. And there's so many great ways that you can buy low and sell high. I have sold on Facebook Marketplace. That seems to be the easiest because you can kind of pre-screen who's coming into your home to purchase an item. Um, Okay, Renee Cook says Sweet Valley Twins. I loved reading those series when I was a kid. And that was really cool because I think I remember the twins, like one of them One of the girls liked soccer and one of them liked dance, and while they were I think those girls were like blonde identical twins, if I'm remembering this correctly, but they were so very different with their friends. And so it kind of taught me about multiples or at least twins when I was much younger, which was kind of a cool series. And I think my girls would relate to those as well. We've got somebody tuning in. She is from Germany. Welcome. Glad you were here. Um, Let's see. And then Laura North says, I am a teacher and have lots of series. I would be glad to send you books. Do you still have a P.O. box? Okay, if you will send me a message on Instagram at Jamie.Scott, I can send you an address if you're getting rid of books because I would love them. My kids love those. Anita's tuning in from Chicago. Leslie just tuned in as well. Yes, I just love books. My kids love them too. What Easter plans do you have? Is phase question. I should probably start collecting things for my kids' Easter baskets. I'll probably be adding things that we need, like basic items, clothing, shoes, those kinds of things for my kids' Easter baskets. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe even making like some homemade chocolates for my kids would be fun. Um, Okay, so we already talked about those, and I know I had questions come in, and I've already blanked on what the ones were that you guys had messaged over here on Facebook. Because those comments come in so fast. Um, Caitlin asks, any plans to celebrate their birthday? My kids have asked to have birthday parties and to invite friends because they now have like their own best friends. So gearing up, I might do the same birthday party. I might have a boy birthday party and a girl birthday party because the kids are asking if they can be separate. So we'll just kind of have to see. We might even just do a family birthday party. We'll just have to see as it gets closer. And then I was going to share with you guys, I did find some cool stuff at TJ Maxx this week. They had the cutest little makeup bags that have come in, and my girls have been way into like doing their hair with like hair curlers. So we've tried all different kinds of things in curling my kids' hair. Sorry, on Facebook, it's like super close now. So I was going to share what I bought for my girls just this last week, but I went to the store and bought these like little hair curler things. So they're like bendable. So you like wrap your hair, you roll your hair up in these and then you just go like this and they stay put. And then my kids have curly hair by morning. It is so quick and easy. It takes me about 5 minutes. I'll have to snap a picture of how I have been curling their hair at night, but they're not the most comfortable rollers. So this is kind of my first round in like overnight curls. But Violet's hair has a hard time holding a curl throughout the day. But if it's like wet, like her hair will hold a curl better. So we've been trying out those, and Lily really likes them, but they're a little bit uncomfortable for Daisy. But I got those at TJ Maxx as well from a brand that was called like Vintage or Retro Curlers or something. I don't know, but I can share those in my stories if you guys are interested in those. So anyway, yeah, kids are doing good. We are just, you know, post Valentine's Day candy crash, I guess. I don't know. We had a lot of sugar. So yeah, the kids are just happy making their own best friends in our neighborhood, which is fun. Renee Cook asks about those hair curlers. Does your hair have to be wet? No, you can do them with dry hair. And I tried them on my hair while the kids were at their dad's last week to just get the hang of it and see how they curl. You get so much volume, and my hair was so curly. They almost look like 1940s waves by the time you brush the curl out. It's just like this gorgeous wave. But they were a little uncomfortable for me to sleep in just because the pillow I sleep on is like shaped for my neck. And anyway, somebody just asked, do you still have the triple bunk bed? Yes, the girls still sleep with their triple bunk bed and they love it and they like making it their own. So sometimes they'll hang stuff from their bunk beds, like little play silks. If you want to check out the brand Sarah Silks, they have play silks that you can get, and they're open-ended toys. We love those. So my girls like decorating their beds to make it like uniquely their own. So that's kind of been fun to see. But anyway, happy Wednesday. Hope you guys are having a great day. Vicky says my great grandmother rolled her hair in pin curls with bobby pins. I think little grandma's mother used to do that as well. And that's something that we could try. Um, Lily really loves using like overnight curl type of stuff. There's another one I want to purchase. It's like under 10 bucks on Amazon. So I'll probably purchase one of these, and you like wrap your hair in it, and then you like, I don't know how to explain it, and then you tie it. And so it's almost like your hair is twisted around and you sleep like that. And then when you take it out, it's curls. So I think Violet, with her sensitive head, that one she might do better with. So we're gonna probably try those. Somebody asked, how was your Valentine's Day? It was good. I forgot to post pictures. I learned how to make homemade pasta. So Chad and I, we went to his place, and I finally learned how to make, excuse me, homemade pasta, but we didn't have like a pasta machine or maker where it like slices it and like thins it out. So we hand rolled it out and then we cut it with a really sharp knife. So by the time that we had like cooked the noodles, they were just like really thick noodles, I guess. So that was a first for me. So we just have to roll them out thinner next time. But I want to invest in like a pasta roller, like for making homemade spaghetti. And then we also made homemade spaghetti sauce on the stovetop. And since he's allergic to onions, I was curious how he was going to make it and have it still taste flavorful and good. And this was a recipe that called for, I think it was cherry tomatoes. So fresh cherry tomatoes, a little bit of balsamic vinegar, salt, and garlic, and that was it. And it was so good. And I didn't feel like stuffed after. I just felt like full and content. So that was new with making homemade pasta. So I did snap a couple pictures. Maybe I'll include those in my stories because that was a first for me. So anyway, that was fun. And then we watched a little movie. I think it was called Eternity on maybe Amazon Prime, maybe. It was really good. It talked about like the afterlife, and it kind of just made you think. It was really, I thought it was good. So anyway, yeah, it was just kind of a sweet, chill, easygoing Valentine's Day. So we did have a good time. And then the Quints had school parties. So if you checked out my Instagram page or Facebook, you would have seen the pictures I took post classroom parties. The kids were really proud of their little Valentine's Day boxes that they had made, and they were having such a sweet time. So that was fun to catch up with them and drop in at the school and see my kids. But thank you guys for watching. I just love each of you so very much. Thanks for supporting my family over the years, and I love you. Happy Wednesday. I am going to get back at it with work, and my kids get off the bus soon enough. But love you guys. Hope you have a great Wednesday, and I will see you guys real soon. We'll see ya. Bye. See ya.